Hi everyone and welcome back. So this is going to be my experience on how I did with intermittent fasting and a little bit of exercise for the first 2 weeks and my progress and how I felt. So hope you guys find this helpful. Intermittent fasting is very popular nowadays, and it's pretty much where you fast, so don't eat for a period of 13 to 16 hours depending on how much you can tolerate, but majority of that time you're sleeping, so it becomes easier over time, at least in my experience. And the science is that your body takes about 12 hours to burn off your meal that you ate. So after you eat, let's say, your dinner, for the next 12 hours, your body is burning off that meal. And then anything after that 12-hour point, it needs to go ahead and find whatever has been stored in the body from your previous meals and such. So it starts to go after the fat sources that have already been in your body. So this is how you can burn off fat slowly, right? And so that's the science behind it. It's very popular, and you can find a bunch of videos on it here on YouTube and a ton of articles. So I actually went ahead and blogged about my first 7 days of intermittent fasting and exercise. So I noted down all of my meals and what I felt like and when I exercise and such. And then after the second week, I was like, I'm kind of eating the same thing, doing the same thing. So I decided to make bi-weekly videos. So let's go ahead and get started. Sorry for the long intro. Next time I won't have such a long intro. But so basically, the way my schedule was, I stopped eating at between 7 and 8, and then I would start my fast at that time, and then I would eat my next meal at noon, which is lunchtime the next day. That is what my work schedule and my lifestyle allowed. So the first week I actually didn't see much difference at all. I was exercising and I was intermittent fasting, but I didn't see much difference. I was like, is this really working? What am I doing wrong? But then I realized that I was eating a very carb heavy dinner every single day, and so that is one of the main things that I changed at my second week. I would still eat the same kind of similar meal because I eat home cooked Indian food, but I ate a little bit less of the bread, so cut down on the carbs a little bit. And also what I changed was I went from having black coffee to tea, because caffeine sort of stimulates your insulin, and that kind of takes you back from your fasting periods. At least that's what I've read. So do your own research, please. I'm not an expert here. But I started seeing results and reduction in parts of my body the second week. So the first week I faced headaches, I felt lethargic, but I stuck to it. The second week, actually, I started feeling much better, and it became very easy. My body almost became used to intermittent fasting, so I would wake up and I would not get hungry at all until noontime. Sometimes I wouldn't even feel hungry at noontime, but I was like, I need to eat something. So I would have a salad, a smaller salad than I usually would have. And it just became very easy. I didn't just see reduction in my belly. I think I lost about an inch, maybe a little bit more than an inch. So I started off as 33 inches, and right now after week 2 I'm at 31.5 inches around my waist, belly, whatever you want to call it. But I also saw you have to pay attention to how your clothes are fitting. And my second week I realized that my pants were not just a little bit loose, like my jeans were weren't as tight on my waistline, but they were also a little bit loose on my thighs and such. So I started to feel that my fat was kind of reducing itself from different parts of my body. So please do keep that in mind as well, is that you might not be seeing a lot of difference in your belly area, but you also have fat storage in other parts of your body, and maybe that's what it's getting to, and eventually you will start to see a difference in your waistline as well. So don't be discouraged. The second week, actually, I couldn't exercise much. I was actually following the Body Boss method, but I couldn't find an hour in my day. And I was pulling longer hours in the office, so I would come home and I would have to have my last meal, otherwise I wouldn't be able to. And it would go into my fasting hours. So, you know, I exercise here and there, maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes. And sometimes I picked a video from YouTube. Sometimes I would just, you know, do push-ups and crunches and, you know, lunges on my own for like good 20 minutes. And that got my heart rate up, and I consider that as my exercise. But I definitely learned that eating is a huge part of it, right? And also not having too much caffeine. So that is why I went to green tea more and less to coffee. I still allowed myself 1 coffee a day, and that was during my eating window. So from noon to like 8 or noon to 7, like maybe around 3 to 4 o'clock, I would have my coffee because I needed it. I also didn't snack as much, but there were times when I felt like a little bit hungry and I wanted to snack, and I would have like popcorn or cookie or something like that, but I wouldn't overindulge on it. So that's something I've learned, and hopefully I can you know, change that for my next couple of weeks. But it has helped having 2 good sized meals for my lunch and dinner, and that has kept me going, and I feel much better, and I'm going to stick to it. Another thing that I added for my second week was I started having apple cider vinegar every morning. So I would pretty much, as soon as I wake up, I would have a warm glass of water with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and that is supposed to help burn fat faster and supposed to keep your liver clean and such like that. So that is something that I have also added to my routine, and I think it's been helpful to get my system regulated. And yeah, that has been my experience for the past 2 weeks. I think I'm seeing a difference. It's a slow, but of course I'm not expecting miracles, and I feel a lot better, and it has become very, very easy. I don't get hungry, I don't get cravings. I think I feel much better, and that is that. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will be back in 2 weeks for my next progress video to share with you guys. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. If you, you know, have your own experience story, do share that in the comments so that it can be encouraged, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.